Welcome to The Parent Thing. Hi, I'm Tarryn, your host, and I'm so excited you're here. This is the space where we uncover the incredible potential of childhood, parenting, and the power of Neuro-Somatic Intelligence. Whether you're a parent, teacher, caregiver, or someone who deeply impacts a child's life, this podcast is your guide to nurturing emotional resilience, fostering growth, and building meaningful connections. Together, we'll explore cutting-edge insights, practical tools, and heartfelt stories to empower you in shaping the next generation. Join me each week as we dive into strategies, science, and stories that inspire and transform. Let's reimagine what's possible for the children we care about and for ourselves. Now, let's begin this inspiring journey together. And welcome back to The Parent Thing, the show where we dive deep into the beautiful, challenging, and rewarding journey of parenting and early childhood development. I'm Tarryn, your host, and I'm so thrilled to reconnect with all of you. It's been a while since we last spoke, and I have some exciting updates to share. Today's episode is all about reintroducing myself, sharing what's new, and giving you all a glimpse of the fresh direction this podcast is taking. For those of you who are new here or tuning in after a while, let me take a moment to reintroduce myself. I'm Tarryn, a passionate advocate for empowering parents, educators, and caregivers to unlock the incredible potential within every child. Over the years, I've worn the hats of educator and parent coach, but I've been on a mission to bridge the gap between science, connection, and practical tools to nurture resilient, confident, and emotionally intelligent children. This podcast started as a space to share insights and stories about early childhood, but it's evolved just like all of us do. So, what's changing? Well, the heart of the podcast remains the same, helping you, our incredible listeners, navigate the journey of raising or working with children. But here's the exciting part. I'm bringing a stronger focus on neurosomatic intelligence, a science-based approach to understanding how our nervous system and emotions shape behavior. We'll dive deeper into how this impacts not just children, but also the adults who guide them. I'm also broadening the scope to include more real-life strategies for creating emotional resilience in families, stories from inspiring guests who are making waves in early childhood development and parenting, and tools for caregivers to manage stress, build emotional connections, and model healthy behaviors. Why am I making these changes? Because parenting and caregiving are evolving. Today's world is complex, and many of us are juggling so much. I've seen firsthand how understanding the connection between the body, mind, and the emotions can transform not just how we support children, but how we show up as adults. In fact, I'm going to take a little bit of a detour here and share with you guys how this bridging the gap between mind and emotions and body has helped me in the past year that I've been on a bit of a silent sabbatical. So in 2024, so much happened to me emotionally. From February, my husband being deployed, me being in a new country, in a new city, not having any friends or family around, and having to navigate this new place by myself because he's deployed. About 3 weeks after he leaves on his deployment, I lose my grandmother. Totally difficult time to deal with, as I'm sure you can imagine. And when I lost my grandmother, that's when my neurosomatic journey started. That's when I took the course. Well, that's at least when the course started, and I was going through all of this and just realizing how profoundly impacted my body is because of stored stress, unprocessed emotions, and just so much more, which we'll get into as the podcast goes. Anyway, fast forward to August of 2024. I lose my aunt, who, if you guys don't know, I've just moved to the USA, but I was born and raised in South Africa. So when I go back home, this is the aunt that I stay with. She was so dear to me. Her passing was sudden. It was unexpected. We didn't see it coming. And then 6 days after she passes away, my grandfather passes away. So as if that was not enough, 7 or 8 days after my grandfather passed away, my mother was diagnosed with stage 5 chronic kidney disease, and she now is on dialysis, but it was quite a shock to the system as you would imagine. I experienced so much loss, so much change in 2024, and it was gut-wrenching. Neuro-Somatic Intelligence helped me so much to navigate all this change, all this loss in such a short space of time, and I processed my emotions better than I ever have before. Now, don't get me wrong, processing emotions, it sounds like this beautiful thing, but I felt my grief and my pain so deeply, deeper than I've ever felt before. Because I'm a logical thinker, I would intellectualize myself through my feelings. Of course, you've got the right to be sad. You just lost your grandparents and your aunt. Of course, you've got the right to be sad. You're living here in a foreign place on your own and your husband is deployed. Of course, you've got, you get the gist of it, right? I would intellectualize my way through my emotions instead of actually feeling them. With this neurosomatic intelligence and doing the tools to bridge the gap between the mind and the body and then actually feel and process, man, it hurt. Actually feeling, actually processing, it's not easy, but let me tell you, I am so much better for it. So much better for it. So, again, I say, this is not just about raising great kids. It's about creating healthier families, communities, and systems. Your nervous system, the system of your home. This work is incredible. It really, truly is. So here's what you can expect moving forward. Weekly episodes filled with practical advice, heartwarming stories, and deep insights. I expect to have some special guest interviews with experts, parents, and educators. And I'll be looking into having some bonus episodes tackling common parenting and caregiving challenges. And because I value your time and input, episodes will stay concise and actionable. You'll leave every episode with something tangible to apply. Before we wrap up today, I'd love to hear from you. What topics or questions are you most curious about? Who would you love to hear from as a guest? This is your space as much as it is mine. So send me a message on Instagram at The Parent Thing. Email me, Tarryn at theparentthing.com. And if you're excited about this new direction, please take a moment to follow, rate, and review the podcast. It helps more people find this valuable content. Thank you for being a part of this journey with me. Whether you're a long-time listener or brand new to the show, I'm so grateful to have you here. Together, we're creating a ripple effect that starts with the children in our lives and extends far beyond. Until next time, remember, growth happens one step at a time for you and the little ones you care for.
Thank you for tuning into The Parenting. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you have any questions, feedback,